Hey, so welcome back to another Chasing Flow video. In this video, I want to talk about breath training. More specifically, I want to talk about an exercise that you can use in order to help focus your mind and help get you in the moment while you're focusing on your breathing. This is a really great exercise for people that are struggling with breath training and meditation, especially with closing your eyes and trying to focus your thoughts. I know that can be really hard, especially in the beginning. So this is a really great exercise where you actually get to keep your eyes open and it gives you something specific to focus on to help take control of your nervous system, take control of your heart rate. All right, so for this to work, you actually need some sort of heart monitoring device and you need an app where you're able to see your heart rate live. So I'm using the Whoop device here. So I use this to measure my strain levels, my stress levels, my heart rate while I'm working out, but I also use it for my breathing sessions. So as you can see on the screen here, I actually have it set up in front of me here. So I can keep my eyes open while I focus on my breathing. And my goal is really simple. As I'm breathing in and out, I'm trying to see how low can I get my heart rate to go. All right, so I use different types of breathing techniques. For this video, I'm just using diaphragmatic breathing, which means I'm taking a long, deep breath through the nose, holding that breath for a few seconds, and then exhaling slowly through the nose. The goal of diaphragmatic breathing, which I think of as the foundation of breath training, is really to try to expand your stomach, your chest, your ribs, your back muscles in order to maximize the movement of the diaphragm. It just helps you feel more in control of your breathing and take nice, long, deep breaths in and out of the nose. All right, so to demonstrate this idea, I'm actually going to take 5 deep breaths using diaphragmatic breathing, and let's see how low I can get my heart rate to go in 5 deep breaths. So I'm going to start my breath training session here. I'm going to keep my eyes open. I'm going to look at my heart rate monitor here, which is a great way because just being conscious of it and seeing it, I think even helps to drop it a little bit lower. So here we go. I'm going to take 5 deep breaths while you're watching and while this heart rate monitor is on. All right, so that was 5 deep breaths. So as you can see, within 5 deep breaths, I was actually able to get my heart rate down to a 60. When I was talking to you before I started, it was up in the 80s. So with 5 deep breaths, I went from the 80s down to 60. Now I've gotten much lower, well, not that much lower, maybe in the mid 50s when I go for a little bit longer. I also experiment with different breathing techniques just to see what effect they have on the heart rate. But all this to say, if you're looking for a way to really focus your mind while you're focusing on the breath, this is a great way to do it. It's like a game, right? It's kind of how low can I go? It's especially interesting if you just finished a workout. So I didn't work out, I worked out earlier today, but I didn't work out before this breath session. So obviously if I go for a run or if I do a crazy workout, my heart rate's going to be much higher when I start. So it's also a really good indication of recovery. Where am I when I start my breath session? Where am I at the end of my breath session? And especially during the breath session, what's the variation of my heart rate? Again, are these metrics useful? in different ways maybe, but for right now, I'm just thinking of it as a cool way, to focus your mind while you're breath training, which is really useful for a lot of people. Another thing to remember, and something you may have noticed while I was breathing, when you inhale, your heart rate tends to accelerate, and when you exhale, your heart rate slows down. So a little trick is if you're trying to go nice and low, focus on nice long exhales. And this goes for stressful moments. If you're in a stressful moment and you really want your heart rate to go down and take control of your nervous system, long deep breath in, slow exhale. The slower the exhale, the more you'll be able to get that nice, calm, focused feeling. All right, so give it a try. If you do try this, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Have an amazing day. Peace.